Hello and welcome back to the building blog for the Flair SE5A. So I've made virtually all the progress I can for the time being on the fuselage. The exhaust is now being added. So it's time to start on the wings. Quite a straightforward design. First thing to say is, for an old kit, there's no laser cut parts in this. They're all die cut. I'm very impressed with the quality and the way that the ribs and other parts come out cleanly without any breakages. There are, however, a couple of little issues that I wasn't happy with. In an effort to increase the scale look of the model, I've decided to add these riblets, or mini ribs, in between the main ones, because when the covering's on, they'll be very visible. The capping strips haven't been added to the top of the ribs at the moment. They will be added, but when it's covered you will see that shape, and I think it's important to add them. The other thing that I've changed is the dihedral bracing. Now, the suggestion in the plans and in the kit is to use these woefully inadequate braces. 1/16 ply, not particularly good ply at that, and very, very short. Now, while I don't intend doing 3D flying with this model, even if I could, I do think that relying on a brace that size on the front spar, then 1/2 as wide on the rear spar, is just putting your faith too much in a tiny amount of material. So I've beefed that up quite substantially. I've still used those. I've got them in the upper spars, but in the lower spar, I've added a much heavier plywood dihedral brace, and that runs all the way through the full space on the spar between the root rib and the first rib. So I think that'll make for a much stronger wing. I'm also going to, this is the upper wing, but in the lower wing, rather than having one central servo through belt cranks, which I think creates an awful lot of slop, I'll be having separate servos in each of the port and starboard wings. So that's the progress up to now. The top needs to have the capping strips added. Then I'll remove and pull the capping strips into position on the forward end of the ribs. But that's the first of 4. It's a biplane. Bye now.